really. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. Ain't no mileage of $4 configure the road I travel. Don't gravel, that probably baffle it. Label scribble on paper, they wanna shackle it. I own my masters and royalties, you can't raffle it. Wrist drip like a mango, fingertips like I'm Thanos. Knocking those down, no Bengals. Without a Kango, tailor-made. Walk with a limp, them bands is heavy, I need a brace. I am money, I guess the world is just a safe combination needed, not a coca key. I'm the extra lighter on the dresser. I know you need it, smoking out the competition, pouring up, we undefeated. What you heard, let you heard, we eatin', talking about extra with a splash, extra acting band, pull it like parades on parades, extra with the slab, pay what it cost for the tab, extra with the band, young Crizzle King, better add extra on the. I go extra to be great, I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake, I got extras on the plate, I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra.
It's a brisk night in the Midwest, but we've got football at Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, we put a bow on Week 15 with a good Monday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson looking to throw right away. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
They'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. But that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The Bengals with 2 extra DBs, a nickel look on 3rd.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Give him 5 on the QB run, but it's going to bring up a 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. They'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with the victory in that one, so they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. The Bengals had 8-5 to start play. And they're back home after flying to and losing in London last weekend.
And you and I both know, always a tough travel week with all the distractions. And you'd love to have the week off afterward, but that's not the case here. At the very least, you know they're happy to be back in their own building. But that was certainly not a trip to remember.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of
to mix it and now look to throw. Blitz coming and down he goes. Malik Harrison gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now it's Burrow. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
They did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
On 3rd down, Mixon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 43 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. And they've got a new set of downs here. 11. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
11, Thomas.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. A little juke. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Mixon fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Mixon trying to punch it in, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. Defensively, they... He was waving his arm saying, I'm wide open. They found it.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right up the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up,
right.
Hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 27-yard line. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throwing is Jackson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. Here we go. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. On one, ready? 11. They'll look for the first with Tomlinson. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up. Pow! Knocked him for a loss.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last. Build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
To the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a first down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, if they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. DeForest Buckner able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 41. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember we were kids and you're playing Little League Baseball and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out there.
Exactly.
And the 9 picks.
9 picks. You want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he is going to lose yardage here. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards in the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. He connected on his first, this from 41. Tucker's kick is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. To Mixon on the check down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, and now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. After the interception, here's Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 23 yards, the final tally.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Tucker's kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice.
Gun.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bengals with work to do in this 3rd quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this 3rd quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
And he'll be brought. around the 37. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
11 mighty, stop.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete.
Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
11 Thomas.
3rd and 2, now Burrow. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 35.
48 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he gets it down to the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him, otherwise you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here.
Dobbins will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2.
They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now Jackson. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football. So the running game gets them all the way down, knocking on the door. They try to pass, fumble.
I think a lot of times you expect pressure in that situation from the defense, so you outguess them or try to outguess them and throw the ball. In this case, it wasn't the right call. The running game, maybe
under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Malik Harrison,
his 2nd sack of the night. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
That's on the guard, Alex Kappa.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's Burrow.
He will find his man Chase, complete.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
11,
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
11, 11. 11 MT, hey. 11 MT.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. He's got it to the 43 here.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave him no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now it's Burrow. And that is incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1 yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1 yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. Dobbins hit and he fumbles. And the Bengals grab it. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone. Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And it's caught. Touchdown Bengals. Mike Gesicki with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 5. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back? And Andrews lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And now 3 drives, fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was it 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Burrow gets this one quickly out wide. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Here we go.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
11.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
11.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Here we go. 11.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
11.
They go play action with Burrow. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. A good pick up there on 20 yards. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll give it to Mixon. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
But a spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there.
Here we go.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
11 empty. Right, 80.
Mixon again. Yeah, this time he'll get down close to the goal line, but not quite in as he stopped at the 1-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence and playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Here's a run with Mixon. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
McPherson's kick is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do and kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. 69 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit.
They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we?
Rush coming, and he's taken down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. He'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted to tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Justin Tucker, the kickoff.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Boy, a potential game changer there here in the 4th quarter to kick that out of bounds. And now they get great field position at the 40 in a tie ball game. A very good starting field position from the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
11.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he gets it down to the 32.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
11 MT tank. 11 MT tank. Stop.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here we go.
A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot, so what can they do to get closer now on 3rd down? Burrow looking to pass. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a first down in field goal range already.
Here we go.
Mixing up the middle. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Bengals answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. They do tack on the extra point as well, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll be out right at the 35. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Jackson. That is caught. Bateman. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore first. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now Jackson. Finding Hunt. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing. Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Jackson to throw. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This taken in at the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. He's at the 30. 10. And he's going to take it all the way into the end zone. What a return. And they've taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinator's probably scratching. And that's caught inside the 35. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Here's Jackson. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals have just about sewn up this football game.
He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And